Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card. Today we are going to be doing a very interesting reading. I just got done doing pick whichever deck you feel drawn to, whichever grouping or pairing that you feel drawn to. I am very excited for this. I do want to let you know I have an Instagram called @intuitivelymatt, so if you're interested, please go check it out. I will be doing weekly tarot readings and maybe even some tarot readings in drag, because if you don't know, I do drag. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I'm also doing free readings, so if you're interested in a free reading, please let me know. Comment down below, or preferably DM me on Instagram if you want a free tarot reading. I really appreciate your interest in a reading, and let's see what's in store for this week. Let's get on into the groups. In our first group, we have the Everyday Tarot deck with a Citrine point. In our second group, we have the Five Below Tarot deck with the Jade. And in the third deck, we have Art Nouveau Tarot deck with a Quartz piece. Hi, group number one. You're attracted to my Biddy Tarot deck, my Everyday Tarot deck. I would like to preface this particular reading. This deck likes to give bold, strong answers. So let's see what the cards have to say for you this week. What do you need to know for the week of July 26th to August 1st? Okay, here we have the Ace of Cups. So this tells me that there's maybe something new emotionally going on in your lives. This is maybe if you're starting a project, this is a project that has something to do that is very close to the heart. This is like a passion project. But there's some new emotional thing forming in your life. Your heart is beginning to open. Emotions are stirring here. You're going to have something to do with your emotions, with starting or feeling a new emotion. That's what I'm getting from this card. You might be feeling a new emotion. I also had the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Maybe you're having a bit of a money issue problem. Maybe you're having something that is causing you some stress. Maybe you will have some financial instability. But really more so what I'm getting from this reading is family ties. And you will have your family will bring up a new emotion for you. Maybe it's an emotion you haven't felt in a while. Maybe it's an emotion that you haven't felt before. And your family is what's going to be tying and bringing you into that. Now, since I am getting a Pentacles for the third card, I am going to say maybe you're going to have some money issues. Maybe you're, sorry if you heard that. My cat's here. He's licking himself. It's not me. It's my cat. Maybe you're having some issues financially and you need to balance your money and your finances. This is something that's saying you need to really focus on your finances and get those straightened and ironed out. Your emotions will go haywire if your finances are not sorted out. You will feel that stress, you will feel that pressure, and you need to take that pressure off by straightening it out. Maybe it's if you need to borrow money from family, I would say do so, but know that you really do pay that back and balance yourself. But this is something that's saying you need to get your finances ironed and straightened out, because with the Two of Pentacles here, some of you may be unable to cope, some of you may be spreading your time and your focus too thin, and you're feeling overwhelmed by responsibility. This is something that is saying maybe you're not coping well with your loss of money. But overall for this week, I would say you're going to be experiencing a new emotion that could possibly be ignited by family or by unbalanced financial life. This is something that is saying that if you feel as though this is more relationship based, then I would say maybe you're balancing between two relationships. Maybe you're finding that balance between spending I want to say some of you may be overspending on dates, but maybe you're finding that balance between spending on your family and your special significant other. And therefore that's giving you a new emotion. You're feeling tied between, your family and your person of choice, which, hey, that's not too bad. You can figure that out. But I'd say keep an eye out for a new emotion rising up. Make sure that your family is in line, and make sure your finances are in line. Because I get the feeling that you will be doing a lot with finances this week. I wish you the best of luck and I want to let you know that I do have an Instagram called @intuitivelymatt. It'll put it up on the screen. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and let me know how it goes. Check up on me in a week and see if this was accurate, or if you felt it was accurate. So I would love to hear what you thought, and if you want to book a free reading with me, then I would say leave a comment or DM me on Instagram, which is preferred, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you have an awesome day, and I hope this was helpful. Bye. Number 2, hello. You chose the Jade, and you chose the Five Below Tarot deck. So let's get started on your reading. What does group number 2 need to know about the week of July 26th to August 1st? Oh, that was a fail. What does group 2 need to know? So this came up for the other reading as well in group 1, the Two of Pentacles, and this tells me that a lot of you this week are going to need to balance your finances. This is going to be something that involves you, maybe it's you're balancing a situation, you're balancing a relationship between family and friends, or family and a significant other, or maybe even two significant others. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not here to judge you for that. That is your own thing you should deal with. I also get, as the card says, money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. And when I see the wands here, I feel as though this has to do with like school. This has to do with like, if you're a student, it has to do with balancing your student life, or maybe two aspects of your student life, like two subjects of a class. If you're in summer, you're doing two classes. But I'm also getting here from strength. You have the strength and you have the wit to know what to do. And you know what, maybe this may involve knowing not when to fight and just going with the flow. That's what I'm getting here, is that the Five of Wands is all about arguments, battles around you. It's all about having small arguments or battles that lead to something bigger. And I think the major arcana here is telling us that you already know what to do, and you don't need to fight every battle that comes with you. That is strength, knowing when to fight, knowing when to get involved in a situation. Again, I think that's exactly what it's saying. This card reverse means lack of interest in a fight, and maybe that's what it's saying. You need to know when to not fight. So maybe you've been battling a financial situation, and you've been trying to avoid a financial situation. Maybe you're trying to avoid to go bankrupt. Maybe you just need to walk through the fire and have that strength to swallow your pride. Get over it, I want to say. Have that strength, have that self-compassion with yourself, because that is strength too, being able to be compassionate with yourself. I would say that's what this card is saying. And I do want to pull a clarification card. Sorry, Shadow, who is resting on the deck. You have the King of Cups, which tells me maybe this has to do with some emotional immaturity. This is something, or maybe you're having issues with your dad. I don't know. That's what kind of hit me there. Antisocial / untrustworthy thing going on, and maybe that's what you're facing with friends. Maybe you're facing a friendship that is no longer warm and loving, and there's just been this like reclusiveness going on, and that's what I'm getting from this card. And also, I would say know when to choose your battles, know when to fight, know when it is worth fighting. If you feel the situation is worth fighting for, whether it be a friendship, your finances, or a new endeavor, I would say fight for it if you feel it is ready. But know that strength is not fighting every battle. It's knowing when to fight and knowing when to swallow your pride and say, hey, maybe I need help, or maybe I can't do this myself. I honestly get kind of bankruptcy from this reading. I hope you have an amazing week, and I would say know when to choose your battles. That's your thing for the week. Be wary of maybe a water sign in your life who's being a little bit reclusive. I hope you have an awesome week, and let me know how it turned out. Come back and visit me in a week and let me know what you think. So I also have an Instagram called @intuitivelymatt. I will put it up on the screen, and I'd appreciate it if you go follow and check it out. I really do appreciate your interest in the reading, and I hope you have an awesome week. Bye. Hello and welcome, Group 3. You have the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck with the quartz here. Look at that gorgeous stone that you chose. One of my favorites. This is a really strong cut here. What does Group 3 need to know for the week of July 26th to August 1st? If you're wondering about this deck, I do have a video on this deck. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites, and I really do appreciate if you would check out that video. 6 to August 1st. Very interesting here. So you have been facing some anxieties, you've been facing some worry, and you've been put through some mental anguish, either by yourself or by another person. And here we have a loss of connection, a loss of love. Maybe some of you are going through a breakup right now. Maybe this is what this is pointing out to, and that has caused you some mental anguish. And you know what? I have to say, warn you, do not become cold in your love life. Do not think you have, turned into an old crone and have just gone dry. Maybe you've had some bad choices, or you're falling out of love. And maybe for some of you, this is a divorce. You've been put through some mental anguish, and this is caused by a connection you've had, either a friendship or a relationship, a significant other, or a family relationship, and it has come to an end, or the passion has died, or something is just not the same as it was. I feel as though you are becoming a bit cold in your relationships. I think that's a way of you to cope for the Nine of Wands here. And you feel as though you have the weight of the universe on you. You have this pressure maybe to make amends, and you don't always need to. I mean, look, the zodiac signs are on the blanket. You have the weight of the universe, the stars on you. And I feel as though whenever I get a Wands reverse card, especially a court card, there's some lies going on. There's some coldness. There's just a very negative mental mindset. And I feel as though you need to sort of let that dissolve. Don't let this connection that you felt has gone sour turn you sour. That's what I'm saying. And a way to deal with your Nine of Swords is not by becoming cold and hardening your heart. You have this connection, might have been a ride or die. This might have been someone who you felt as though would always be by your side, and it could be someone that you had lots of faith and you had been through a journey with before, whether it be a friend, relationship, or a family member. And this has just gone array. It's not been the same, and something has changed in your relationship, or something will change in your relationship. And here we have the Queen of Cups. So I also have to say immaturity. There's someone there who's not willing to nurture and feed into the relationship. There's someone who's just cut off ties, and maybe that's you. Maybe that's you becoming cold. You're not willing to connect anymore. Purposefully tapped out of your emotions. So much sword energy here. You have the Knight of Swords, which tells me that someone was too quick to act, or maybe you have an air sign in your life, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, that was a liar, was manipulative, and you decided to cut this relationship off. And that is totally fine. If you want to cut your relationship off from this liar / manipulator that you have in your life, that's totally fine. But you did have a journey with them, and you did learn and go through ups and downs with them, and that, I think, is valuable. You can mourn your time spent, and you can mourn your emotions spent with that person, but do not let that harden your heart, and do not let that turn into insensitivity to others, and let that ruin other connections that you could possibly have in the future. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 swords here. So I feel as though there's a lot, you're in your head a lot this week, a lot of maybe negative mindsets or negative thought patterns, and you need to sort of break out of that by being compassionate towards yourself. So I hope you appreciated it. I do have an Instagram called @intuitivelymatt. I will put it up on the screen, and I would appreciate it if you checked it out. I am doing free tarot reading, so if you'd like to book a tarot reading with me, feel free to DM me on Instagram or comment down below that you want one, and I will get in contact with you. I hope you appreciated it, and I hope it offered some insight. Let me know in a week if it was true, and come back and revisit this video and tell me what you thought about it. I would really appreciate it, and it would just make my day. If you enjoyed this reading, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Also turn on that notification bell to get notified whenever I post. I would greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing week. Bye.